Whatever happened to this girl? This is Brittany Pietsch, and if you remember, she streamed her layoff in January. My name's Jason Roberts, I'm a recruiter, and I've been a recruiter for 25 years. The videos here are focused on helping you to find a job. Stick with me right now, let's find out what happened with Brittany. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can see videos like this whenever they come out. Now, if you'll recall, we watched Brittany ask very reasonable questions and go through a layoff, 9 minutes worth of layoff. And she would ask things like this.
Pete, I won't be able to add any kind of specifics on numbers or...
Wait, yeah, no, can you explain for me why Brittany Pietsch is getting let go?
I won't be able to go into specifics for numbers.
Wait, why though? I just started. I've been working
This drives me crazy. This HR guy couldn't answer basic questions, and she's going to go into defense mode. She's defending herself and saying why she shouldn't have been let go. So this happened back in January, and we saw this video posted back then. Now, she's recently posted an update and told us what's happened from here. Let's take a look. Now, it looks like she recorded this outside, so you'll have to forgive the sound, but watch along with me here.
Hey, tears are from constant rejection. I don't know if I can keep going. I have had so many incredibly promising opportunities come my way over the last month.
Now, clearly, Brittany here it's been hard. If you think about it, this was the end of July. So this thing's posted end of July. The last time we saw her was the middle of January in that first video. And she's done some updates since then. And she's just in a tough spot, just not doing well at all. So we're 6 months in. She's still not found a job. It's heartbreaking to see.
And absolutely none of them have worked out. I have prepared so many presentations, demos, discovery calls, and it all comes down to I wasn't able to click on the right thing in the demo, or someone else has more experience than me.
So what she's talking about here is for every one of these jobs, every job that we're all going for at this point, it's much harder. You're being asked to do more for every interview process. You're being asked to do more along the way. It feels like you're putting in all this effort, and the competition is so fierce. There's so many fewer jobs now, and there's more unemployed people. So when those two things come together, it's a brutal combination, and she's really feeling it here.
I just can't keep going. More than anything, I want to be in a sales role, and I want to thrive and succeed. And no company is giving me a chance, and I just have to believe it's really because of the TikTok video that I posted.
So on top of all the other doubts that everyone else has, the people on my channel typically will have looking for a job and, what am I doing wrong and what do I need to do next? She's got this other thing where she recorded this video of herself, which, I can't imagine she got a lot out of that video. I can't imagine. It went viral. It was everywhere. But there's not a lot of compensation that goes to her for that. She's just flash in the pan famous. And HR people are very wary now of behaving as badly as those people. And she improved the world a bit by doing that. But there's not a lot in it for her. And when there's not a lot in it for her, it could be hurting her. And that's what she's worried about. I get it, man. It's so... This is brutal.
There were so many comments of people saying, oh, no one will ever hire her. She doesn't even know. But all those comments were completely outweighed by everyone telling me that they would hire me in a heartbeat. But when it comes down to it, I don't think companies want to take that risk. And I'm the only one suffering and paying the price for that. So I think maybe God is just telling me that this isn't my path. And I'm just not meant to be in the corporate world. I don't know.
So this is actually a reasonable thing to do. If you're in your job search, you've been trying down one path for a while, and you're 6 months in, you're like, I'm not getting any bites. I need to do something else, anything else at this point. And money's tight for her at this point. So she's starting to consider, what are the other things that I could do? We all ought to do that. Everybody ought to do that. Where can I find money? What's the most reasonable way for me to make my living?
So consider this my official declaration of trying to make a career, make money in other ways, which includes 100% being my own boss, so I never have to worry about this ever again, because this shit is not for the weak.
Okay, you've heard me talk about this, and I have a video on this on the channel. I do believe in multiple streams of income and being your own boss. And the reason I do is for situations like this. If you're ever laid off, having something else to fall back on to stretch your savings, even if it's not able to replace your income, you can stretch that time that you're able to look for a job. That's incredibly helpful. I'll put the video that I have on this topic. I go into some detail on what my thoughts are and even what I do. My personal other streams of income, I have 3 of those besides my job in the recruiting world, and that's for you to check out.
I've always believed in being outspoken and standing up for what you believe in. I just didn't realize it was going to come with this hefty of a price.
Okay. Now, I will say this. In professional life, you do have to pay a price for that. There's this concept of professionalism that you have to live with. Now, I don't think there's been a major breach, and I really don't think this is impacting her that much. In fact, I wouldn't have recognized her if I didn't know it was on the same TikTok channel from before, because her look is very different in the 2 videos. I would have known who she was, and her name is spelled, it isn't spelled P-E-A-C-H, Peach. It's like P-I-E-T-S-C-H. So I think it would have been fine. I wouldn't have known even that this was the same person. And I think it's probably not affecting her that badly. That said, we should all be aware there are negative consequences to what you say out in the market. It just is what it is. And if you espouse a political belief really strongly, half the people in the country will disagree with you and half will agree with you. That's the way the lines are drawn. You can see the presidential election in the U.S. as evidence of that. So this is a thing to be careful of. And I don't think it's affecting her as badly as she's worried that it is, but it is something to think about and to keep in mind for sure.
If anyone has any ideas or advice on starting your own business or something, I don't know, I would appreciate any help. I've also just not been posting on TikTok because I've been scared that that would prevent me from getting a job. So I've been missing out on months of income to pay for my rent or help pay for my rent, and I am now really struggling with money.
If you want to start a new company, if you want to start a business of your own, the best time to start that, unfortunately, is when you're already working, when you have some capital that's coming in so that you can put the capital into the business. The problem with starting a business is it takes money up front as an investment to create that business in the first place. It puts you in a bad spot if you're doing that while you're out of work. So my recommendation to all of you currently working, start a business. If you've always thought about it, 'tis the season, man. Do it right now. Now, here's what they say. There's an old proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Today's the time to start if you can. So I think it's the right thing. The second thing she said here is that she's been holding off. She backed off on her content creation because she was worried that was affecting her job prospects. I think that's completely fair to do, and it's a reasonable response from her. I don't think that I would have done that if I were her, because she had such a following her at that time. And I bet she has a following now as well, but I'm not sure I would have done that. I think she's right to get back to it.
So fuck it. I will keep posting and sharing and doing what my heart calls to do.
So my heart goes out to Brittany. I just feel terrible for her and the situation that she finds herself in, and I don't know. The job search is hard. It just is. And I wish her the very best of luck in her job search. I wish you the best of luck in your job search. As always, I'm providing some resources for you to make your search easier. Those will be in the comments below. They cost $0. I don't have a way of charging money for anything else. So that is as a zero cost everything in there. My template for resumes, the pre-built prompts for ChatGPT to help you customize your resume and prep for interviews. All of that is in there. You can get that free of charge. And also some other videos that I think are relevant to you are coming up right now. Thank you so much. Best of luck in your job search.